Blog Talk Radio. Chatting with Nat is a podcast for independent women seeking to speak their truth and to break down barriers. We host honest conversations that help to guide and empower women. Speak your truth and set yourself free. Let your voice be heard.
Hi, it's Chatting with Nat. It's Natalie Jean. Today we have the honor of having singer-songwriter, dance and vocal producer, Love Itoya. I hope I said this right. She's having technical difficulties, so she can tell me later if I said this right or not. Love Itoya is a Greek Nigerian singer, songwriter, dancer, and vocal producer, born on 11/23/1996. And that's a coincidence because my birthday is on November 23rd, so we share the same birthday. In Thessaloniki, I hope I said that right, Greece, by Nigerian parents, Love Itoya has won Best Diaspora Artist at the Nollywood Film Festival Awards in Germany in 2016. She has worked with numerous local artists and performed in various festivals and venues, both Balkan and Europe. She released her debut single, Pepperdem, in 2021, which is about empowering Black women and women in general. On 9/24/2021, she released her debut EP, Introduction. Let's see if she's on yet. Love, are you there? No, she's not there yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to play that song, Pepperdem, while she's figuring out how to get on here. Let me see. Pepperdem. Here we go. Love, can you hear me? Hi.
Yeah.
Let me take the other one off. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I can hear you. I was just about to play your song. Good. I don't have to play it until later. How do you pronounce your last name? Because I'm sure I messed it up.
Itoya.
Itoya. Yeah, no, I messed that up. Sorry about that. So how have you been during this crazy pandemic ridiculousness?
Oh, the truth is that it was obscure, but not in a bad way. Because when the lockdown happened in Greece, I just finished having a show in Bulgaria. So after a week, they told us lockdown. I was shocked. I didn't believe that this is happening in the world. But it was fun because we were with my family and I was not alone. We had time to spend time together, did a lot of baking, did a lot of cooking, put a lot of weight, create music, and do different kind of things together.
Yeah, you said put on a lot of weight. Yeah, I was eating stuff I normally don't eat, and that's just ridiculous. I mean, I bought a box of Oreo cookies. I don't know why, and I ate the whole box. To the point that I had to, I ended up getting a Peloton because I had to get that weight off. I got it off, but yeah, I was drinking a beer a night. Yeah, no, I think all of us, it's called COVID weight gain. We all did that. And I was reading your bio. We actually share the same birthday because I was born on November 20th. Yeah, I was born on November 23rd as well, but in 1972. But we share the same birthday.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So one of the questions I like to ask people that I interview is this. Obviously, we know that the pandemic was bad. It was awful. People died. People lost limbs. People have long-term illnesses because of it. It's just crazy. But during this time, there were pros, believe it or not. And one of the craziest things I tell people is that I saw a lot of people walking around with their families. And before then, people were walking around there with their families because it seems like people are so busy they don't have time. There are people that decided to cut back on work because they realized they weren't spending enough time with families. I read several articles about people that quit their jobs because they realized during the pandemic that they weren't happy with their job. They need to make a living, obviously, but they wanted to do something that was more in line with their passion. And oh my God, when we were out in the world, the pollution levels went down. So climate change, I mean, the animals and other nature were extremely happy. They were like, oh, I hope these people don't come back. Now with artists, a lot of artists decided to stay the same. Some artists decided to change their whole catalog. Some decided to take down their catalog and create new music. So during this time, did you take time to really think about your artistry? Did you want to change anything? What did you think about during the pandemic?
The truth is that I was trying to find my sound during the pandemic, and I was like, I was creating and taking a decision of if I wanted to put brand new music out. And that's when the whole EP stuff started, because I traveled with my brother to Paris.
Right.
And yeah, that's where I recorded all my songs. So before then, when the pandemic happened, and I was just putting out together melodies and trying to find what will just be perfect to reintroduce myself to the world with, because the world had another perception of me, because I was in a local band in my country for like 2.5 to 3 years, and I was singing cover songs, and people were like, oh, she's maybe that kind of direction. But in 2019, when I became a solo artist, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. So that's how in the pandemic gave me the chance to just put everything together, create what I want to create. So, and that's how I just figured out what I wanted to do during the pandemic, just to make a decision to put out music.
That's great. I mean, I think what I think that happened during the pandemic also is that a lot of people got reintroduced or introduced to a lot of independent artists, because they're like, we know all these other people, yada, yada. Let me listen to these people. And one of the things that I noticed during the pandemic was that people were craving something that they could hold on to, hope.
Yeah,
they wanted, they wanted love. They wanted, because people were tired of the fake news. Because during the pandemic, obviously, we had the elections in the United States, we had George Floyd, and we had the pandemic. All these three things caused chaos in the world, and people were just tired. They didn't know what to hold on to that was real anymore. And so I think independent artists really write from their soul. You know, they write from personal experiences. Not that mainstream artists don't do that, but they have 500 writers that write with them. So, I think people are just like, oh, these are interesting people. Let me gravitate to these people. Now, musically, what was it about music that you decided that that's the thing that you want to do in your life? Was it something that you heard, you saw? What was it that said, okay, love and music are supposed to be together and you're going to do that?
Well, the person that really inspired me to start doing music was my mom. My first love was dancing. So my mom taught me how to dance. When I was little, she would taught me how to dance the Awilo Logoba dance. Anyone that's African, we understand what I'm talking about. So my mom used to watch so much MTV, like MTV Awards. Yeah. So that's where I saw Destiny's Child, Aaliyah, Christina Milian, Pussycat Dolls, all these people. And I was like, this is what I really want to do. Because I loved music, but I was reintroduced to something more bigger. About music, like performance, songwriting, and doing all kind of stuff like a woman, and just being your own boss. And I was like, this is what I want to do. I was watching Will Smith's daughter, Willow Smith, when I was little, with my hair, all kind of stuff. And I was like, oh my God, I know I can do this if I just put my mind into it And from there, I just started loving music, and that's how I was really introduced to music through my mom.
That's really cool. You and I are the same in the sense that, well, my father's the one that sings in my house, and he's the one that introduced me to music. I love music. I tell everybody this now, that music is our superpower, especially if you're an artist, because of the fact that music can make a difference in people's lives. So if somebody listens to your music and it makes them different, and it changes their disposition, maybe they're sad and then they're listening to your music and then it makes them happy, or they're listening to you because you understand them, you give them a perspective that will help them throughout their daily life. That means that that's your superpower, that you have something that they need. So how important is it for you to be authentic as a person and authentic in your music, your songwriting?
So important. So, because I've always thought about authenticity in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to be like anybody else or something else. I'm inspired by everything around me.
Right.
That's true. But I wanted to have my own voice, my own style, everything I did. Especially for my culture. I'm a Greek Nigerian artist. I have African roots, especially from my parents' side. They usually know the Igbo tribe and the Yoruba tribe in the whole world, but they don't know the tribe of the Benin and the Ishan. Ishan is my dad and my mom is Benin. They're the same, are from the Edo state, which they have such a very, very rich culture. I can say that all the cultures around Igbo and Yoruba are all influenced by Edo culture. And I just wanted to represent as a black woman, as also, I call myself like the Greek Nigerian female artist, because I haven't seen any Greek Nigerian female artist out there in the music industry, and I believe I'm the first. So I just wanted to do something right and speak my truth and try inside that truth to represent both my culture, both my blackness, and anybody that just grows up and a little girl can just look up and say that, oh, this a Greek Nigeria, I see myself into her. I pay so much attention to what I say, what I sing, and try to speak my truth at the same time.
That's awesome. Now, how is the music industry in Greece? I mean, I've always wanted to go to Greece. That's on my bucket list to go, because it's everything I've seen is beautiful. So how is it, especially as a black woman in Greece, how is the music industry over there?
The truth is that I've experienced the industry in Greece in a different kind of way. Because like I said, I was in a local band.
Right.
I was like the new face. Because there weren't any Greek Nigerians females singing. There were like there were like two that I can name, but they weren't singing English music, and especially that time more like soul and funk. So it was so new to them, and I think they kind of enjoyed it, and I tried to make a breakthrough through that. The truth is that it's still a bit kind of hard because it's not their main language, but the world is becoming more diverse from the whole music people are listening to, from trap music, from R&B music, and so that's where the thing is now more open-minded, like with the social media. That time that I was doing things like that, soul and funk was so different and so new to them. Only the like people that are a bit older could understand it. The kind of style like Aretha Franklin, Etta James, Marvin Gaye, this kind of stuff. But as I grew with the band, people started liking it through my sound, through the way I sing it. And I started seeing that people, even younger people, were appealed to it. But if we're talking about the industry, I feel right now the industry is becoming more diverse when it comes to black music.
You would think that, and I talk about this all the time, that music is a place where everybody should be able to get along. Because when you go to a concert, you watch a concert, people are just dancing, they're jamming, they're having a good time, they're not worrying about anything. And then, obviously, I don't know, in the United States, we have this thing called the Super Bowl, football.
Yeah.
Game, where they have a halftime show, and this year they had, all these people over 50, but they're legends in the hip-hop industry.
Dr. Dre Day, of course.
Yeah, Dr. Dre Day with Eminem, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent was there. And there was a diverse amount of comments. Like, most people enjoyed it. A lot of people didn't like it. One person said it was racist because it had one white person. Now, that person just that person didn't know about hip-hop. They didn't know about rap. They didn't know about anything, but just had to make a comment, which was ridiculous. I find it very sad that sometimes now with music, there's always a race issue. I know with country music, black people have been in country music for years, but they're just now getting seen and heard. Because barriers to be seen and heard. It's wild to me. Music is a place where there should be nothing but love. Nothing but love.
Yeah.
Music is subjective. Everybody's not going to like the same genre, but it's crazy to me when people just have nasty things to say. It really doesn't make sense. It really doesn't.
I know. It's just different kind of perceptions and thoughts. Definitely. And just opinions. And we just have to live with them.
Yeah, unfortunately we do. It's kind of crazy. All right, I'm going to play your song, Pepper Dem. Tell us what that's about.
Pepper Dem was written in 2020. It was the last song written of the EP. I had the melody, but I had it for another song.
Okay.
The way it starts. So my brother was like, man, this intro is nice it gives something like an anthem. And I was like, okay. I always wanted to write an anthem for black women and women in general. And talk about my own experience as a black woman, how it is that the ups and downs, and how every time that I try to do something, people are always around to trying to put me down, and I face it in my life every time. So as we started writing, it was the easiest song to write, like so quick. And the next day, we just asked our parents to write their own language in it, which we hear in the song. And my parents wrote their own lyrics on the song. So that's how Pepper Dem came to face.
All right, let's play it.
Hey! Already. Love Itoya. Hey, 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 I never hold back no more. Overthinking no more. Make the jump and then I go on. Back won't ever always go work. From where I'm from, we know they go low. We always beat, we know they follow. Determination, I was so old. Chance every day. Praying to the Lord to answer my praise. Yes, I was lost when I'm found. Now I'm feeling rock steady, can't stand on a solid ground. No, I'm not the kid you could control. I'm a grown woman and I got it on my own. I'm confident, attacked, I'm spoken, I'm afraid. You won't think I nothing on me. Black in the boss on the rise. Unbreakable stone like a rock. Unstoppable no matter what cost. No matter where it's seen, I do it. See the pepper dem. Black in the boss on the rise. Unbreakable stone like a rock. Unstoppable no matter what cost. No matter where it's seen, I do it. See the pepper dem. Now take it out now. Through dead on my too many hours just to hinder my way. But I held on to my faith and never pulled me out of shame. Don't let me out of this hurricane. You say I'm not for doing. Now I'm running things on my own thing. I've been waiting for this moment for. I'm breaking free, I'm feeling so joyous. Hey, you haters gotta fall up. Your girl always saw you about to go up. I'm coming out with a full blown. If you couldn't stop me, then you kind of saw me now, no. I know exactly what I want, yeah. Won't mess around with my cross, yeah. High expectations and no dream big. Again from the south, cause I am that deep. Life in the boss on the rise. Unbreakable soul like a rock. Unstoppable no matter what cost. No matter where it's seen, I'll do it to the pepper dance. Life in the boss on the rise. Unbreakable soul like a rock. Unstoppable no matter what cost. No matter where it's seen, I'll do it to the pepper dance.
That was great. I love that song.
Thank you.
It has a great beat. But I heard a little bit of like Bollywood sound in there. Am I mistaking that or no?
No, it's a sound of my culture, the Nigerian, with the Benin and the Urmi, the Ishan. I just tried to put the beats like in the breakdown, the African dance, and I started speaking my parents' language, which they wrote on that song.
Right. Which artists inspire you and why?
Beyonce. Beyonce, because she thrived from so many hours. I know that everybody like say, oh, that's a typical thing that every black woman say, it's Beyonce, Beyonce. Yeah, but Beyonce for me, she has inspired me in a lot of ways. The way she just being a boss and not letting anybody tell her no. And if anybody tell her no, she just try to find a way to make it happen. She breaks so many stereotypes, and I just respect her hard work and her authenticity that she does in every of her music.
Alrighty, I can appreciate that. And what would you say is your genre, your music genre? I know you do. Obviously, that song is dance, and I know you're a singer-songwriter. But I mean, do you have a preferred genre? Do you do many genres?
I call myself a multi-genre artist. Why that? Because I was always kept in a kind of box, and I didn't like that.
Right.
I love R&B, but I would say my genre is pop with different kind of hours, like pop with Afro, pop with R&B. I always like to just make marry two different kind of genres together.
Yeah, I'm a multi-genre artist. I've done many of the genre out there. I love being able to say I'm an artist, I create. What I have found is that a lot of artists don't like to be labeled with a genre anymore. And a lot of people are mixing the genres together. One day I met somebody several years ago, and he asked me what my genre is. I'm an artist, I create. And I told him I'm multi-genre. He said, no, you have to have one specific. I said, why? No. In this world, even with because I'm a voting member with the Recording Academy, they're having a hard time placing some of the songs because people are meshing the songs together all over the place. So they're just like, where do I put this? Where do I put that? So, and it's beautiful, to take music, different genres and put it together. I've stuck to Americana because Americana has a lot of the genres that I do already. So, and I love the singer-songwriter, the storytelling aspects of Americana. But I agree. I think people should just say, I'm an artist, I create. They don't tell artists that paint. Why did you put this? Why did you put this orange? They don't do that. They always just about the music industry. They like to stagnate artists' creativity. It's just an amazing. What is your writing process like? And how do you get inspired to write a song? And if you have writer's block, how do you deal with it?
I create melodies first. I don't know by anybody else, but I just pop out and do the melodies. Go on my keyboards and just start flowing with the melody. Then after, I come with the writing. I'd like to write what I really experience. Sometimes I don't know if that is good. I like to be detailish.
Right.
Yeah. But sometimes I'm like, oh, okay, maybe that is too much detail, and try to limit it, but give them the real fact about it. So my process is always hum, always create the melodies, go to my keyboards, write it down. Oh, and when I have writer's block, I do have them a lot of times. The truth is that I listen to a lot of music. Right now, I'm in the space of listening to a lot of Afrobeat, which really helped me to come out of my writer's block, because Afrobeat is my language. Like, it has the pidgin English, the way I speak sometimes. They just get me more.
Right.
Than more sometimes with the R&B and everything, and you just feel more close to home.
Right.
So this time I've been listening to Afrobeat, and I had writer's block, and it has helped me to come out of my writer's block. And I just said, okay, maybe this is what you need. You need to speak more the way it feels more like home for you.
Right.
And if I can't do that, I just watch movies. When they speak in the movies, or when you see something that is relatable in the movies, it just helps you to inspire you, like, oh, okay, this is something similar to my own life. Maybe I can start there. And if that doesn't help me, I go out and go to my favorite place, which is called Limani in Thessaloniki. It's the port, and you just see the whole view of the city and just see the birds chirping and just have a fresh air. And that's how I just work through that.
Beautiful. Now, which part do you love the most? Do you like to go into the studio and record, or do you like the result, the end result of the recording, and why?
I like recording. That's the truth. I like recording. I just like the whole process, because you're just excited. Like, you just sit in your house and create the whole thing, create the whole melodies, the whole vocal things, and you just go to the studio and just start merging everything that has been in your head into the process. I know it's hard. Sometimes your voice just get cracked. Sometimes you get tired with the rehearsals, just singing. But it's worth it, because you're creating something you love, something that came from your heart. And you know that that hard work you've just put in, and just like finding the rightful vocal and just trying to make yourself know, okay, love, you need to do this kind of vocal right now just to make it perfect. And just having the idea that people are going to listen to your baby because you're making a baby right now and put it out to the world. That's the most beautiful thing, the creation of the baby.
Amen to that. Now, which one of your songs do you like to perform and why?
I would like to perform. I haven't performed no one yet. That's the truth. I haven't performed from the EP. I have performed long time ago, like Reminiscing You, and Pepper Them. That's the two I've performed. But I will be so excited to perform Upside Down because I just connect with that song. I wrote it in 2017 because a lot of songs were written a long time ago, and I still relate to it till now. From the melodies to the way the beat is, I just feel that people will really connect with Ups and Downs because we face a lot of mental health, and sometimes we just don't talk about it. And I'm glad that I talk about it in my song and just saying that God is gonna be there for us no matter what.
Awesome. Now I'm going to play your song Reminiscing You. Tell me what that's about.
That's about an old flirt. That's the truth. It's about an old flirt that you're just reminiscing the good times. You know, in a relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's anyhow, you just like to stick on the good memory. And that memory of that person was with me for so long, and I just had to write about it so I can just get over it with, and I'm happy that I get over it, and that's why you guys are now hearing Reminiscing You from the music video. In the music video, just illustrate everything that really happened.
Okay.
And yeah, that's how Reminiscing You came by.
All right, let's play.
Every time I close my eyes, I think about you. Can't erase these memories I have of you. Why? I can still remember the day I was on your bed. I was in so much pain. I couldn't concentrate, couldn't communicate. All I wanted was just to see some, So you can't stop, hold me tight, kiss me
You have a great voice. I like that track too.
Thank
That was
you.
a very good track. What do you love about being an artist?
Being able to just speak my truth and just do what I love and make people happy, either emotional, I would say, in the sense of what kind of music you're creating and put it out there, and just involving and connecting with people through your music is beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely a beautiful thing. What are three things you wish you had known before you got into the music industry?
Uh, about the discrimination,
Yeah.
um, about not trusting, keeping your guards up,
Mm.
and to be more vigilant and vigilant, knowing the bad things
Right.
about some inner jokes or inner comments.
Yeah.
How to
Music
handle it. Yeah.
is very hard. It's hard to know the trust in the music industry because when you first start out, there's so many people who will try to come and say, "Oh, I can do this for you. I can do that for you." It's just, but you have to keep going and you have to do your research. When somebody contacts you, research them. Make sure they're not people that are trying to steal your money, because you don't ever give your money to anybody if they say they're gonna make you a star or whatever. If they want to, they'll invest in you. You need to find people that will invest in you. You are the product. You are the brand. Make sure that happens. Now, what is next for you? What are you working on?
The truth is that I just want to stop performing my songs because with the pandemic and everything, I put out the music in 2021 in September. So now the next is hopefully by God's grace, I'm gonna start performing it live for people to experience the Love Itoya introduction experience with my music.
Awesome. I like that. I like that concept. I like that idea. Can't wait to get back and you really get back into everything.
Yeah.
What would you say? Where do you see yourself in 10 years in the music industry?
Oh, I usually ask myself that question. In 10 years, I'm gonna be like 35, established, being in a position that I can be able, that people will see me and say, I see me in her. My music will be all over the world. I've inspired and helped different kind of people, not only with my music, but literally helping people just because they need help. And hopefully, having any clothing line, because I've dreamed about clothing line for a very long time. But I'll say that established. Because that's the kind of artist I want to be. I want to be established. I want to inspire people, help the new generation, and have a clothing line. Sure about that.
Right. Good for you. What strengths do you have that you believe make you a great artist?
What?
What strengths do you have that you believe make you a great artist?
My stage presence, the way I command the stage, especially with my voice and my choreography. I just sing and dance, and when I just do that, I feel that I have that strength as an artist to just do both and try to do it well. That's what I believe in, and I try to do it well. So I'll definitely say my voice and my stage presence with my choreographies.
Fantastic. Now, the last question I have is, sometimes we use inspirational quotes, messages, things from the Bible, wherever, to move us, to push us throughout our day, our lives. What is a passage or a quote or whatever that you use to push yourself throughout the day or the year?
Yeah, definitely from the best quote for me is from Prophet T.B. Joshua, who has passed on, who was a prophet in Nigeria, Synagogue Church of All Nations. He always said, challenges are not meant to impair you, but to improve you. So when challenges come, don't start whining and crying and saying why God did that. Sometimes God just wants you to sit back and review and take a rest so that you'll just have strength for the next thing ahead.
Amen to that. Amen to that. My new thing this year is, I write my own narrative, meaning nobody's going to write something about me that's not true. And if they don't something that's not true, then they're going to get taken down, because I'm all about speaking my truth and allowing people to know the truth about me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's important in this world. Your truth, and just to be honest and truthful, and and create music that's going to inspire people.
Yeah.
Want to live a fruitful life and just to enjoy life. Well, thank you so much for being on Chatting with Nat.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so glad that we were able to do this, minus the little technical difficulties there.
Yeah.
It would be great to have you on one of the IG lives that I do on Instagram.
Of course.
And that'll be awesome. But thanks again. I put your link tree in this chat thing here so people can see where to find you on the internet. So thanks again. I hope you have a great day and a great rest of the week.
Thank you so much for having me. Good day.
All right, everybody. This was Chatting with Nat with singer-songwriter, dance and vocal producer Love Itoya. And you can find her all over the place. I love her music. You'll love her too. Until next time on Chatting with Nat.
Chatting with Nat is a podcast for independent women seeking to speak their truth and to break down barriers. We host honest conversations that help to guide and empower women. Speak your truth and set yourself free. Let your voice be heard.